Hey, what's happening, Herpers? So, my reptile room is looking a little different than normal right now, and that is because of my supporters over on Patreon who voted on the topic for this month's Patron chosen video, and that was to spoil my pet Tegu lizard L. She is in that middle enclosure that has the brand new stairs going up to it. There's one part still missing. I'm still working on a way to make a slide for her to come shooting down, because I'm sure when she sees her food and when she gets more in the routine of having this space and understands what is going on here, that she's going to be really excited and that she's going to also really like using this space. So before showing you my Tegu's new playground and also asking you for ideas for things I should add to it, because right now it's just the very basic area I've made for her to have more space, I want to hear your ideas down in the comments for what I should add to this space over here and what maybe enrichment items I should add and just things I should put in there for Elle to play with. So I'm working on thinking of ideas and I'd love to hear your ideas too. But I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer and I'm not going to keep Elle waiting any longer. So with that, we will see how she likes her new space. So first things first, I got these stairs. Fortunately, there's no real door on this, but it's plenty short that I can step over, and hopefully tall enough that she won't leap over it. But the first thing was getting her these stairs. If you've seen feeding videos on this channel before, there's a good chance you've seen Elle come flying out and come landing on the ground. Sometimes I've even put pillows on the ground in preparation for her jumping out of her enclosure. So I got these stairs to hopefully cut down on her yeeting herself out of her enclosure. Not that it's ever caused her an injury before, but this has to be a little bit easier for getting in and out of her enclosure. The goal is eventually to have some sort of slide worked up on that way just to see if she'll use it. I don't really know, but I think it would be fun to try. So I've been on the hunt for things to make a slide out of. I've got some extra of this plastic that I might resort to using, but I also have a slide coming in the mail that I was going to try out. So stay tuned for that. It just didn't make it in time for today's video. But anyway, here is the view from inside the enclosure. And all this is some fencing for a small dog or even rabbit playpen meant to go outside. And this probably would have been... God damn it. You ever set things in a place and you know it's a horribly bad idea to leave it there, but you do it anyway? Yeah, me too. I always vacuum after having Elle out anyway, so I've got an extra good reason to do it today. But anyway, what I was saying is this metal mesh probably would have been plenty strong to keep Elle inside of this little space, but I went ahead and I ordered some corrugated plastic. Now, if I had more time and I really went hunting, this is something I probably would have liked to find used somewhere to just reuse it because it is such a long-lasting material, but it was fairly cheap to order brand new, and now I don't need to worry about Elle getting her claws stuck inside of the fencing I was mostly worried about, and unfortunately still somewhat uncovered, so we'll see what happens. I'll have to keep a close eye on her. But I was a little worried about her getting her nails stuck in these kind of gaps between the bars up here, so I'm gonna have to just kind of see how she does with that. But otherwise, I think the corrugated plastic will do a lot to help keep her from seeing out of the enclosure and trying to get out because she can see through it. A lot of reptiles, if they can see through something, they'll try to work their way through it. But ultimately, I wanted Elle to have more space, especially as the weather's getting warmer and she's getting more active. And this was a quick and easy way for me to add more accessible space for her. And it looks like she's ready to try it out. So I'll pop open the enclosure and I won't keep you or her waiting any longer. Oh, and here she comes. I can't wait to see her finally use her stairs. Nope, not that way. No, that's your log that's been there for months. All right, I see. You just want to admire it from afar first.
That's okay. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. Right here, just for you.
Oh, there she goes.
And then I broke it. Oh no!
Oh, she got it.
Yay!
Oh, she sees you moving. She's like, don't touch my food. What do you think? She's trying to come to me. She's like, I don't know, that's the dude that normally feeds me. You don't like it? You have a fence between you and your buddy? Alright, so she's being a little shy about coming out. I don't know if it's the camera, I don't know if it's having the extra person in here. Usually I'm in here feeding her alone. I'll see if I can get her to come. You don't have to leave. It's just, it might be one of the factors keeping her a little more timid right now. Yeah, that looks pretty good, don't it? She's so unsure of it. She'll throw herself out of the cage with total reckless abandon, go flying through the air. But the plushy stairs are a little too freaky for her. Here we go. Alright, you get a bite for that. You're pretty close. Good job, Elle. Let's see if I can get her to come down the stairs more. The nice thing about these stairs is that red covering comes completely off, so I can just throw it in the wash if she ever makes too big of a mess or if she ever poops on it. I always like putting her in her bath before I let her really roam around. That way she can poop in the bathtub and not on carpeting. But with the stairs at least, there's an option to clean these pretty easily if she makes a mess of them with the egg or anything else. Alright, that's all you get at the top of the stairs. You gotta come down here. Again, we'll throw herself right out of the cage when she's excited about something. Will jump off the couch if I let her. But she seems a little weirded out by these stairs, so I'm gonna give her a little more space and see what she does with her own time. Jada doesn't approve. Well, I'm really surprised that she hasn't attempted to go down the stairs yet. Could be because it's pretty early in the season and she just isn't hungry enough to work that hard for her food. As silly as it sounds, it's still pretty early. She's just waking up, so she's really only having maybe 1 or 2 full meals a week still, and even that is sometimes pushing it. She'll just kind of pick on the parts of the meal she wants to eat the most because it's still pretty early in the season and she doesn't need to eat every day. So I will try doing this again in a little while just to see if maybe on a day where she's more hungry, she's more apt to come out. And I'm also going to work on making this area a little bit more comfortable for her. In theory, I've got a way for her to get in and out of the enclosure at her leisure now. I've got a way to contain her and keep her from hurting herself or doing damage around the house or just getting lost. But I want to make it more of a proper Tegu habitat in here, or at least a Tegu playground of sorts. So I'm planning on a few things. I've got a couple sheets of tile I'm probably going to put out in that corner or maybe just across that back row. And I also have some extra reptile lights that I just need to mount safely in a way that can kind of hang over and give her some basking space over the tiles that I'm going to add in. So those are my main ideas for making this almost like just an extension on her habitat that I can open up for her and let her roam around whenever I'm home and can supervise and make sure she isn't getting into trouble. But with that goal in mind, that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. And I'd love to hear your ideas for things I should add. Should I add some foliage to the fencing? Should I try to make it look a little bit more natural? Or do I just focus on adding things here that she can either kind of burrow in or play around with and just focus more on adding enrichment style toys to this area for her? Anyway, it seems like she isn't going to come out on her own, at least not with me in here. So I am going to just leave my camera recording and leave the room and see what she does with her enclosure door being left wide open. I'm really hoping that she comes on out and uses the new stairs and the space that I built for her and gives my patrons who wanted me to do this something to watch. But I do have to just mention, for all the people who are concerned that reptile cages are too small and it doesn't give them enough space, this is one of the reasons why you can get away with a smaller cage, especially for people who aren't familiar with reptiles and what their needs actually are than they might expect. And that's because reptiles are kind of by nature nervous animals. They like having their spaces, their enclosed areas that they know are safe. So I'm going to leave that door open and maybe come back in 30 minutes and see if Elle ever takes it upon herself to leave the open enclosure to come down and get food. She's more than capable of doing it. I know she is. But she feels safe in there, and she just might be a little too nervous about all the new stuff to risk coming out while I'm also here. So I'll leave the camera rolling, and we'll see what we see. Okay, and leaving the reptile room now. The door is very much wide open.
I think you need to dangle like a little mouse. Yeah.
Yeah, I might give her a mouse.
Because she's just enjoying that sunshine too much.
Yeah. So pretty much the exact second I gave up on Elle eating and took the food out of the room and put it back in the refrigerator, she decided to come down and start scratching around the door again, so that's when I decided to offer her the salad again. And it looked like all she was waiting for to eat was for me to put the food away, because this time she was ready. And now that Elle is finally getting ready to enjoy her stairs, I would like to thank the patrons that chose this video topic and made it possible for me to get all these nifty toys for Elle and spend time on making videos like this for you guys. Your support really helps me keep this channel going. So thank you as always, starting with my head herpers, Allie Ward, Amanda Lynn, Deborah Torgerson, Jane Cabin Girl, JCH, Lindsay Justice, Sierra Sicard, and Tiffany H. Thank you for supporting this channel at the highest tier level every month, and thank you to all the other marvelous names you see scrolling up your screen now that help keep this channel going. If you would like to join them in supporting this channel, getting to vote on one special video topic every month, and sometimes even getting early access to videos, you can do so for as little as $3 a month over at my Patreon. And once again, thank you to all of my patrons, past, present, and future. You guys are the best and help keep this hippie herpin'. So now that it seems like she has had her fill... Nope, she's back to eating. Sorry. Alright, so now that it looks like she has had her fill of food, I'm really curious to see if she is going to just hang out outside of her enclosure, or if she will actually use these stairs to put herself away. Oh, and it looks like she's gonna do it. Is she gonna do it? Oh, there she goes. You got this, Elle. That's right, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Yeah. Come on, this is what you've been training for. There you have it. I'm going to call the first day of the new extension on Elle's Enclosure a success. She made it down the stairs on her own. She made it back up the stairs on her own. So this is a great starting point, and I can't wait to start making use of all this room by adding more enrichment items for Elle. I hope you'll comment your ideas down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like. But most of all, I hope that you just keep herpin'.